Hey, Kaga back again, and today we're going to talk about Microsoft buying Activision Blizzard. Now, recently Microsoft acquired Activision Blizzard for 69 billion. And in my opinion, it's a good purchase on one side, on the other, maybe not so. The good purchase side would be the fact that maybe at this point they will make an actual Diablo game that will be worth playing, because this one wasn't. And maybe the Call of Duty will actually have campaigns now instead of just microtransactions per gameplay game. There's a tiny hope. Whether that's gonna happen, probably not. I mean, their system worked for years, dishing out bare bones thing. Still people buy it. Not so good thing is it might now actually be just exclusive to Xbox or Microsoft associated stuff like PC, for example. So let's read into the article. So it's official that Microsoft has bought Activision Blizzard for an incredible 69 billion. It's the biggest buyout in video game history, and in one fell swoop expands Xbox's first-party offerings to encompass everything from Call of Duty to World of Warcraft. Thoughts immediately turned to Game Pass and how its library of games may expand. Xbox's boss, Phil Spencer, has already said work has begun on bringing Activision Blizzard games to Game Pass, although he suggested it may take some time for them to show up. Activision Blizzard itself has indicated this year's Diablo 4 and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 won't hit Microsoft's subscription service until 24. At least there will be on the service, unlike for us that have a PS5, we just get price increases for nothing. One thing I do like about Xbox, even though I haven't owned an Xbox in years, is their Game Pass. That's one good decision they have. PS5, even though they have good games as exclusives and stuff, which, by the way, I don't care about exclusives. If it were up to me, I would have all the games on every console possible that can run said games instead of having a Mortal Kombat disaster like on Switch. But yeah, I don't care about exclusivity. I just prefer PS5, and that's where I'm gonna play my games. I don't care about the console war or anything. But still being the case, Xbox doing better with their services than PS5 is, like Sony. So yeah, let's continue then. Microsoft has clearly missed the 2023 holiday marketing window, given how long this approval process has taken. Garrett, senior game analyst at Enders Analysis, told IGN it's going to be well into 2024 before we start to see the first signs of joint marketing and other combined initiatives with Activision franchises. Whether it's this year or next, it's clear a long list of Activision Blizzard games will soon head to Game Pass, which overnight becomes an even better deal for subscribers. Will Microsoft chuck the entire Call of Duty back catalog into Game Pass? Why not? What's about Blizzard games? It will make a lot of sense. Xbox owners and Game Pass subscribers are already rubbing their hands with glee at the thought of what's to come. But it's worth remembering what this eye-watering transaction is all about. Making Xbox competitive again. And yeah, I think why partly Sony is making all these dumb decisions so far is because Xbox has kind of fallen off of the competition bracket, let's call it that, because most games, like exclusive games that are coming on Sony, way outsell those that are on Xbox. Sony just has better exclusive games. Like I said, I'm not for exclusivity, but that's just the facts. Sony is now in a place where it does have some little competition, but not enough of a competition where they would consider some decisions carefully, like the Game Pass stuff or PS Plus subscription. They increase price and offer nothing in value. The first 2 months of the monthly games have been a complete disaster. And in a way I support this, even if like Call of Duty becomes exclusive to Microsoft. I mean, I do own a PC, but mostly I don't even play shooter games on PS anyways. It's a goddamn disaster. So yeah, if this brings back the competition Xbox once had with Sony, maybe Sony will start making good decisions. So in a way, it's good. So, like I also stated in my previous videos about the Unity stuff, they need competition. The same way as Sony needs competition. Competition keeps people on edge, keeps making the right decisions, or you suffer. We need some competition, otherwise a single monopoly can do whatever the hell they want, with no consequences whatsoever. Now let's go further. It's no secret that Xbox has struggled ever since the launch of Xbox One back in 2013, while the Xbox Series X and S have fared better than their ill-fated predecessor. Sony with the PlayStation 4 and now the PlayStation 5 have touched their bitter rival. And while Game Pass offers a great deal for gamers, Microsoft has admitted subscription growth has slowed. Microsoft has lost the console war. In fact, it lost it a long time ago. Now, Microsoft surely expects payback for its $69 billion investment. I would think so. Nobody would invest that type of money into anything without considering whether they could gain it back or no. And while Call of Duty will remain on PlayStation, Spencer and CEO will surely seek to use their new toys to their advantage. Where it once seemed impossible, Microsoft's comeback in the console war now seems probable. And with the current-gen console refresh supposedly set for 2024 and the next-gen Xbox apparently set for 2028, the gloves are well and truly off. Now the acquisition will close, the focus will turn to the real commercial implications of this deal. On the broader market, Piers Harding-Rolls, research director of games at Ampere Analysis, told IGN clearly this strengthens Microsoft's gaming position, opens up the potential of Game Pass, and based on Ampere's active user data means it will challenge EA as the most popular publisher across PlayStation and Xbox combined. Sadly, the EA is probably true, don't know. I'll believe what the analysis say. I don't like EA as a whole company because of the microtransaction bullshit, but once in a blue moon they release an actually decent game. But yeah, this is good news. Like I said, don't care about the console war. I just want Sony to have competition so they start making decisions that are well thought out instead of, yeah, we can do this because we're Sony. A cursory glance online shows many Activision Blizzard workers are happy with the new corporate overlord. Controversial CEO Bobby Kotick has announced he is sticking around only until the end of the year, ending a 30-year tenure at the top of Activision. Yeah, the man who single-handedly ruined the series of Call of Duty. In recent years, Activision Blizzard employees have issued a number of complaints about sexism, a toxic work culture, and even walked out over reports Bobby Kotick failed to make the company's board aware of allegations of R-word and other serious misconduct. California's Department of Fair Employment and Housing sued Activision Blizzard in July 2021, alleging a retaliatory frat boy culture. Activision Blizzard has denied the accusations, as it always does. But with all the constant reports, some of them are probably true. But yeah, that's one other good thing coming with the Microsoft getting Activision Blizzard is that this specific CEO is going away with next year, which hopefully will bring some needed change to Activision Blizzard, but only time will tell. Like I said in a previous video about the CEOs leaving, it's not always a good thing. Sometimes an even worse version replaces them. So let's see. But Microsoft's acquisition has even wider implications for Activision Blizzard staff than watching Bobby Kotick walk out the door with a huge pay packet. Microsoft is set to remain neutral when Activision Blizzard employees express interest in joining a union, providing a clear path to collective bargaining for almost 10,000 workers. According to Communications Workers of America, Activision Blizzard has been accused of fighting union efforts at every turn. Sutcliffe told IGN Microsoft will need to define an immediate succession plan, given that a toxic culture and leadership was one of the prime reasons why Activision's stock price was so depressed when Microsoft launched its bid. That's probably partly of that, not the sole reason. The replacement of senior leadership, starting with CEO Bobby Kotick and Blizzard President Mike, is inevitable and long overdue. Sutcliffe said it's difficult to envisage much of the rest of the senior leadership at Activision remaining long-term, given their compensation was grossly out of proportion to Activision results, and which Microsoft would be wise to recalibrate quickly. And we've reached the end of the article, by the looks of it. Now, personally, like I said, I'm for it that they have gotten said companies, even if they have exclusive games from now on. Because like I said, we need competition for Sony. Sony's kind of making dumb decisions constantly now. So they need to get kicked back a bit. And this might be what Xbox needs exactly to do so. Personally, don't care. I just like seeing competitions bring the best out of people, out of companies, whatever. Competitions have good sides and bad sides to them, as everything else has. But hopefully this will make people start thinking about making good decisions. The whole price increase for Sony wouldn't even be bad if they did something similar to Game Pass of Xbox, but they don't. They offer bare shit nothing for a high price. But most exciting thing is now that with Microsoft, they will have a huge funding for their games, potentially, and they will be able to bring us good games from Blizzard, hopefully, instead of Diablo 4. And maybe the Call of Duties will see a new shine of life in them instead of starting to feel like basically EA Sports series. But yeah, there's not much more I can add to this, so I'll end the video here, and I'll see you guys next time.